Just a second. Hello everyone, welcome to CHAMPHUNT presents the third man cricket show Watchalong. That is the RR versus Gujarat Titans match. We have a special guest tonight, that is Sandy Paji, a big diehard Rajasthan Royals from all the way from United Kingdom. So welcome Paji. What was the reaction after the target and the way Butler is hitting?
The target, I thought Gujarat would make about 175. For them to make 193, 192 for us to meet 193 is an excellent target. But again, I think the death bowling and not having bowled really cost us a long stay. And probably 25 runs more than we should have really conceded. So I think it's in the balance. Yeah, we'll just have to see how Rashid plays. Rashid is the big threat, and I would have brought in Rasi now, but they brought in Sandeep. So let's see what happens from here. But it's a good game. We're above the rate. We've lost Ashwin, and I think yeah, if Ashwin could have stayed another couple of overs and taken one more over off Rashid, I think we would have been in probably in the pole position. But yeah, at the
And
moment,
with this shot, Butler has brought up his half century in 23 balls. He played the regular Butler shot, which he plays the paddle sweep that went for a six with the pace of Lockie Ferguson. And yes, Parth Rathore saying it rightly. Josh is on fire, water 50. So your reaction, Butler is literally carrying the opening slot for the RR team.
yes, he's on fine form. He's timing the ball exceptionally. Yeah, he's on a wave, isn't he? I think he's only one failure in the three matches. But to get another 50 today, but it's fine. He's got to stay there till at least the 10th over. That's the thing.
Uh, I guess we appreciated Butler a lot. Butler is gone. Butler has been bowled by Lockie Ferguson. A perfect Yorker execution by Lockie Ferguson. Perfect toe crushing Yorker, and Butler has been bowled out for almost 54 of 24 balls.
Yeah.
But the six and a wicket, that is the best revenge which any bowler can get. Where we can see much more appreciation by Ankit saying Josh the boss, and here Parth is saying gone. Worship with me, a nice name. He's saying bold. Hardik Singh is saying bye bye Butler, fly
That's
okay.
a big blow for us. I just said that he needed to stay there for the 10th over. Yeah, 65. He needed to get to 100 and then get the others get the 95. So yeah, it's a big blow. That's three wickets gone. We're really two wickets gone because Ashwin. If we bat to seven, that's just a brilliant ball. That's just a brilliant Yorker, and it
I
could be
guess
much
when you
higher.
were saying that you guys gave away around 20 to 25 runs more extra, that is the target which you were saying about 170. So I guess you guys literally missed Trent Bolt tonight, picking up the wickets in the power play and in the death as well.
Yeah, Ashwin was a bit expensive in a couple of overs, and usually was expensive in one over. So eh, it's very difficult for us now because we wanted to have that platform. You need to like if you like the score rate is really good. We're going 10 and over, which is just above 10 and over, which is fine. But the rate was also 989 or something like that. So to be fair, we need to keep the wickets in the shed, and it's going to take one more batsman to play a good innings. Probably a couple of 250, 25, 30 partnerships, and then we can get into the last five, needing about 40, 50. I'd be happy with that because it'll all depend when Rashid gets out. When Rashid is bowled out, where the match actually stands. Because yeah, bowling might be difficult at the back end. With the skinnier ball, with the older ball, we conceded a lot more runs than we did with the new ball. So I think that's something that we would have to kind of take in place as well.
Well, there are a few comments out there. Worship with me saying that how many wickets will Shami take tonight? Personally, I don't think he might take more than one or two because the day the spell which he bowled tonight, it's been a very expensive start for him. The way Butler just destroyed his bowling line and length, but I guess Butler is gone now, so maybe he might get his rhythm back. So, what are your thoughts, Paji?
Yes, that's the thing now. Rasi has to come in and stay. This partnership has to stay around the 12th over. and then you are into Hetmeyer territory, because anything after the 12th or 13th over, Hetmeyer is usually brutal in that period. And obviously we've got Jimmy Neesham and Ryan Parag as well today. So our batting has been slightly strengthened. However, I don't know what type of form Neesham is in, and we can't keep him as a bowler alone. So he's got to perform with the bat today.
Yep, and here's one more comment that's saying that that aggression from Loki says it all. Yes, as being hit smashed for a six and the next ball you dismiss that batter, then it's definitely a big thing. One more comment is there that the way Hardik consoled Yash Dayal after that expensive over was awesome. Yes, the way Mayank Agarwal backed Odin Smith that day, that he said that we are going to back him for sure, even if he has been hit two sixes in the last two balls.
Well,
There are many.
I'd hope
Yeah.
if it goes to the final over, Yash is bowling the last over. I would like so I will say that
Interesting,
is the big
interesting.
thing. But yeah, it's good captaincy. I've really been impressed with Hardik's captaincy. He seems to be maturing as an individual. Off the field, he seems to be maturing more since he's had the child as well. So again, I think it's a good thing for Hardik. Having the captaincy, and if he can get the couple of overs in, to bowl really tight in a couple of overs, then there's nothing saying that he'll be definitely on the way back into the World Cup reckoning.
But there's another comment here. People talk about KL, Pant, Shreyas Iyer, but guys, Hardik has proved that he's been very tough mentally, and it was very good to see a new avatar of Hardik. He hope he can prove his captaincy in the upcoming two to 3 years in the IPL. Yes, that is very important because he was being left out of the Indian team after the T20 World Cup, and there were issues of his bowling, and now he has made his comeback. That I'm going to bowl, I'm going to bat, so that's why he's knocking the doors again for the Indian team selection.
Yes, yes, yes. The thing is, if he needs to get the ball, the problem with Hardik is you can't trust him just with the bat. Like he's had a brilliant couple of knocks now. Yeah, he will get the consistency, but we India need a bowler that can, get at least 2 to 3 overs for an economy rate of about 8 to 8.5, and then you can see where he fits into the team. So it's one of those where he's really got to be able to do that. Yeah.
Here's a question for you: was sending Ashwin at number three the right decision? Looks like it. It's looked like a fearful decision.
No, no, no. Obviously, what they wanted to do, they only wanted to lose. It's the wrong decision now because they've lost. They've lost 3 wickets. Yeah, they lost 3 wickets in the power play. Had they only lost 1 wicket and Ashwin got out in the seventh over, sixth or seventh over, then it would be fine. Oh, nice shot.
And and here we have got Kevin, who might be happy
Hello,
after the
Kevin.
dismissal of Josh Butler. Kevin, you
Hi, Fazil.
can you just activate your auto rotation? That would be easy for you to keep
Yeah, I'm just trying.
landscape mode. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's one more Gujarat fan over here. Kevin,
Okay.
your
Is it
fellow
fine now?
partner in. Yeah, it's perfect. Your fellow partner Atman is saying hi to you guys.
Hi, Atman. We met in the
Atman,
evening.
Atman, me and Kevin were on the Bharat Army show, and so
Yeah.
we've got a bit of interest in this one now.
Yes.
There is another comment here. This season, Hetmar has right to the ranks for Rajasthan. He's coming as a wonderful finisher. He has worked hard on his batting, and there is a Sangakkara effect too, which is evident in Shimi. I think the way he was being played at RCB and Delhi, he didn't get enough chances. I guess the backing was not there in both the franchises, and here we can see in RR he has been given a particular role, and he's performing in each and every match.
Yes, yes, yes. What's happened at Delhi? He had a long tail with him at Delhi, so he had to carry that team. Here we put him in a buffer where there's either one batsman below him or two batsmen below him, which gives him that freedom to, actually, dictate his innings, get his timing in, and then he can shoot at the end, which is what he's been doing. I was a massive critic of Shimron before. However, he seems to have won me over. So as long as he comes in at the around the 13th over, I think that's the big question would be if Shimron comes on the 13th over and Rajasthan around 120, 125, then you would probably see us going home. If he comes in earlier and they get him out, then it could be Gujarat's match.
Yes, definitely. We have Unfiltered has joined the comment. He says hi. Hi, Sports Unfiltered. Kevin, I just wanted to talk about Abhinav Manohar, the way he has been putting up good partnerships along with Hardik Pandya. So, just talk us about Abhinav Manohar.
True, absolutely. Abhinav played a wonderful innings, and when we lost 3 wickets very early, it was very essential that someone had to stick with Hardik Pandya because Hardik was timing the ball really well, and it was evident that he'll play a good innings, but he needed support from other end, and I think Abhinav played that second fiddle perfectly, and not only he gave him the support, but even he hit it and took Yuzi Chahal and few of the bowlers on. So that really helped us to put a good competitive total here.
Yeah, well, there's another question for you, Kevin. That is from Parth. So badly want Pandya back in the Indian team. He's the OG all-rounder. He was and he's still an asset. Yes, because of his long prone injury, he was not bowling, and that's why he was been left out of the Indian team. But now he's back. What he has been doing. So as a captain, how do you consider Hardik Pandya, like the performance he's been giving as a captain and also as an all-rounder?
I think that's absolutely true what you said. And Hardik Pandya is an asset, and not only to Indian side, to any side he plays. If you have a Hardik Pandya who bowls 4 overs, and he's such a power hitter, he's such an impactful player. Any team would love to have him in the squad. Yes, he was injury prone and he hasn't been at his best in the last couple of years. But having seen him in such a fine form augurs well for our team Gujarat Titans as well as for the Indian team, and I know he'll walk in straight into our team for the T20 World Cup because we know like Venkatesh has done well, but there's no match for Hardik. He walks in straight at number 6, and I think that would be a luxury for the Indian team as well for the T20 World Cup. So I'm really
Well,
excited to
as
see
you
what he
said,
does.
yes. Well, as you said, Hardik will walk straight into the team. He has made a run out. He just threw the ball. It was a direct hit, and he has run out the captain of Rajasthan Royals, Sanju Samson, for 11. And Rajasthan Royals are currently 74 for 4. Sanju Samson has been run out. Paji, what are your thoughts on this? And there's a comment that why not send Rasi, Vander Hussein, or Parag at 3 instead of Ashwin? Abhinav,
Yeah, I would have said in Parag or Rasi at three. I don't know. I don't quite understand that. That run out was exactly like Rasi van der Dussen's, and
yes.
I think Gujarat are on top of this game now. I think it's Gujarat's game to lose now.
Yes, Hardik can't do
Yeah.
anything wrong tonight, it seems.
Yeah, Hardik can't do anything wrong tonight. Yes,
That was a
Atman is
brilliant one.
saying hi to everyone. Hi, Sandy Paji. Hi, Kevin. Then we have got
Hello.
Mohit saying TTMC is back. Yes, we are back at 10 p.m. as usual timing. There's a comment by Parth. He's saying that when Sai Sudarshan is playing recently, why did Gujarat drop him and played Vijay Shankar? Kevin, your thoughts on this?
I'm like not one bit impressed with the selection committee, especially when it comes to selecting Vijay Shankar at 3. I mean, Sai Sudarshan did well in his first game, and just in the last game he was fine. He didn't perform that well, but he deserves a longer rope because in his the first game itself he played a well, and Vijay Shankar he has got ample of opportunities, but he's just failing to leave his mark. So his I don't think it's a valid decision, and again it's been proven wrong for the management as well. Vijay Shankar just threw his bat for the ball which was outside the off stump, way outside the off stump, and got out, which was a very pretty ordinary ball, I would say. So I think Vijay Shankar shouldn't be in the playing 11 for sure. Sai Sudarshan should walk in for the next game.
Yeah, that's what it has been. Abhinav is saying suicidal run. I guess there was no need for the run when you have Hardik Pandya as a fielder. Like people don't run when there is Maxwell, Jadeja, Yuvraj Singh kind of fielders
Mhm.
fielding in that particular spot, and they don't take risks. But I guess that was some blunder. Here's one comment from Pranav. He's saying that DC versus RCB match में मजा आएगा. कोहली के सारे फेवरेट बॉलर यहाँ पे है, वहाँ पे मुस्तफिजुर खलीद एंड कुलदीप. I guess he's an RCB fan seems like, and he just want Virat Kohli to score because the way IPL has gone for Virat and Rohit, it's not been like they have hardly scored in 5 matches around 100 and 110 runs, something kind of, and probably they are missing the spark or maybe a one long inning which these two guys need.
Yes, I think that would be another
Yeah.
good game. But as I said before, if RCB have to set a target or defend a target, they will lose that game because their bowling is just not up to the mark. And And I think with Harshal not playing, we don't know what's going to score with Harshal. It even weakens them even further. So I think RCB definitely have to chase any score which they have a chance against. But for them to set the score, that's the problem.
Yep, there's another comment by Parth here. He's saying that Hardik ने तो stump ही तोड़ दिया run out करते. I guess he's just showing everyone that I'm gonna be back for the Indian team with all my 3D skills. That is fielding, bowling, and batting. And I guess he used to bowl the second over. Many of the matches we have seen that till now, he used to bowl the second or third over inside the power play. So, Kevin, your thoughts on this strategy by the captain himself?
Yes, so Omkar, I want to say a statement on that. You mentioned a 3D player. So Hardik knows that he has a 3D player in his team, but he is taking the role of being a 3D player himself. So
Actually, the
yes,
real 3D player is Hardik Pandya itself.
No, Shankar is a 3D
yes,
player. Shankar is a 3D player. Lord Shankar.
yes. So true. Hardik is really motivated to make a comeback. He has worked really hard when he was away from the international circuit. He worked on his fitness. He worked hard in silence, and there was no limelight on him. And that actually helped him to train under his trainer. And he has done well to recover. His bowling is full quota of 4 overs, as well as opening the bowling as well, and then batting at number 4. So he's giving a lot of game time and spending a lot of time in the middle. And I think that is really helping, and the results are there for everyone to see.
Yeah, there's another comment by Pranav. He's saying that Harshal Patel की कुछ news बताओ next match available है कि नहीं? I guess he's not available. I guess it was mentioned that maybe he'll miss 1 or 2 matches probably because he has to come back in the bubble, complete the 3-day quarantine, and then again join the team because of the protocols. But yes, RCB will definitely miss him against DC at the Wankhede. There's another comment. Aditya Srivastava is saying that Hardik, you were, you are, and you will be the diamond. Miss you in MI jersey. Yes, myself being a Mumbai Indians fan, we definitely miss Hardik Pandya as the big all rounder and the finisher. But these mega auctions, how it is, you have to just sometimes sacrifice your core. And we have Kevin, your partner from the fan Dusra here as well. We have got Atman. Atman, how are you feeling right now? We have got the main man, Josh Butler, and even the captain, Sanju Samson. Hardik Pandya is doing each and everything right tonight.
Hardik Pandya is not doing anything wrong from the day he started the captaincy, and obviously Laddu to hum hi khayenge, as I mentioned in the Bharat Army also. और
Yeah,
सबसे अच्छी
I
बात
put
है
the
कि
laddu away, Atman. I put the laddu away. The game is yours now. I think it's gonna. And I can't understand this strategy of putting Hetmeyer in now when you got Rassi van der Dussen. Keep Hetmeyer to after the 13th or 14th over. It's pretty crazy strategy, to be fair.
But here,
Yeah.
has come. Hetmeyer has come. The
Yeah,
score is
Hetmeyer's
around
come in.
75 for 4, 7.5 overs. Almost like in 8 overs, the score is very good. But the loss of wickets is much more, as there are 4. If it would have been at least 1 or 2, then it would have been fine. But 4, it's almost like half score been dismissed inside the 10 overs.
Yeah, that's the thing. And Rashid's got 3 overs left, which is the key. He's got 3 overs left, or is it 2?
Is it probably it's 3?
It's 3. Yeah.
3, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got
He
3
bowled
overs
only
left.
one.
So I think Gujarat are in control of the game. They're fully in control of the game. I think Sanju needed to stay. That part of the ship needed to stay till at least the 10th or 11th over, and then Hetmeyer come in. But obviously with the Al bowling there, we could probably get 35 or 40 off 1 over.
Wow, I like the confidence out there.
Yes.
I want to add just
But I
one
think,
thing, like
Yeah.
Kevin, you can.
Adman, you go.
I want to tell one thing, like I am loving how Hardik Pandya is taking the responsibility from 2 innings. He is batting very phenomenally, and like today also 87 knock. As a not a GT fan, but as a Indian fan, it's look very good. Like he is performing in all
Yeah.
3 departments.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, like Kevin little mentioned that how Hardik Pandya as an all-rounder, and even we know Venkatesh Iyer has done well, but sometimes we need a kind of experience going into an ICC tournament, because last time we didn't had UZ Chahal in a lineup, and how the spin bowling attack was being led, and we just couldn't pick wickets in the first two games, and that's where we lost our tournament. So I guess experience is much required. There's another comment by Parth. Lockie is a wonderful bowler, beautiful raw pace. His only issue is that he's inconsistent. We don't see him performing for 3 to 4 matches straight. If he can work on that, he can be one of the prime bowlers. Kevin, your thoughts on this? Personally, I feel Loki has been performing really well. I guess 1 or 2 matches he gets smashed for runs, but then he just maintains his consistency. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think with the amount of pace or raw pace that he has, it is bound to happen that under edges or the whenever the batsman
Yeah.
tries to hit, even on the pull shot, that edge will fly to like all the way for the boundary. We saw that same thing happening with Umran Malik. So is having like
Yes.
3 to 4 games, 3 to 4 bad games at on the trot. So that will happen if you're fast, if you're raw, if you have that raw pace. So that is bound to happen, but I don't. I think he should not compromise on any of that because his skill set is a very rare thing, and I think his Yorker to Butler today. Wow,
That
what
was,
a
I guess,
ball that
the
was!
best delivery of the match till now.
Yeah, true. So he deceives the batsman because the batsmen are always expecting fast deliveries from him, and when he bowls that cutter and he rolls his fingers, so that's a really a challenging ball to face.
Well, that was a good running by Hetmar. He took 3 runs of Rashid Khan's ball. He just played it near the covers, and he took 3 runs. And score is now 79 for 4, 8.2 overs. Vanded Hussain will face Rashid Khan, and the equation is 114 runs required of 70 balls. Paji, your thoughts till now?
Yeah, it's still interesting. I still think Gujarat are on top because one more wicket here and then we're gone. So really depends when the next wicket goes and what we are at that stage. It looks like Gujarat have blocked up the boundaries, which is which is important really. So realistically, I say we've got 2 more overs of Rashid, and then we'll see what happens after that game, and then that's when the game starts. But when we get to the 15th over, we need to be around 135, 140. If we can get to 135, 140 without losing any wickets, then it'll be a closer game. But realistically, is these two have got to get at least a 30 or 40 partnership. Otherwise, Gujarat will definitely win this game.
Yes, definitely. There was a much talk about Gujarat as the squad which was analyzed. People are saying that the bowling is good, but there is a bit of ifs and buts in the batting. But now Gill, Hardik Pandya, Abhinav Manohar taking responsibilities. It's look like they are going to perform consistently for this team and make this team through into the playoffs. It seems like that. There's another question I would like to answer Atman before he leaves. He's here Aditya saying that we always discuss about Bumrah, Rabada, Bolt, but we rarely discuss about Lockie Ferguson. But he's a terrific bowler. Atman, your thoughts on that?
Uh, Actually, the main reason behind that Rabada, Bumrah, and they are always discussing about because their teams were winning. Like Mumbai was winning the tournament, that was the main reason Bumrah was in the show. And Loki was always in the team which was not performing good. Like I guess like that. That's why he was not overcoming. Like we can see Hardik Pandya scoring today 87, but the team is not winning. He will not come into the picture. That is the main reason why these bowlers are more in picture.
Yep,
That's
yep.
true.
Yeah.
Correct,
Kevin,
because
you want to add something?
we see someone like Natarajan also. He has done well. He was in the Indian team, but then when he was injured and out of the like scene for a long time, now he's back in the squad and he's doing considerably well for for the Sunrisers. But if the team is not at the top of the table or a team is doesn't have that someone like big names, then your that players is not easily recognized. So if you're playing for Mumbai, if you're playing for RCB, if you're playing for CSK, you're bound to be recognized. So that is the
Well,
thing.
I guess the addition of 2 teams will have literally just what you can divided the players, and it might be that each team players will get recognition. The team might get recognition in the upcoming years, which should happen because the way the players have been performing in this season for each and every team, especially the youngsters. Where in this match we have Abhinav Manohar for Lucknow, we have Badoni On that day, Suyesh Prabhudesai was played really well for RCB.
Mm.
Even Kuldeep Singh that day defended 15 runs against Marcus Stoinis. The way he was hitting in the second last over, it was almost a cracker of the match. But the debutant defending 15 runs. Paji, your thoughts on the previous match?
Yes,
Uh,
it's one of these things that you can see that with the extra two teams in the IPL, they've basically been able to spread the talent around. That's why every team has a couple of weaknesses, and it's how the teams that are executing those weaknesses and being able to take advantage of that during the time of the match is what's happening here. Like we see now, Hardik, if Hardik doesn't bowl well, then suddenly what will happen with the Gujarat bowling? That will be a problem. Today we've seen we've got a problem with Parag not being able to bowl, but he took the wicket today, but he's not scoring. So that means at six there's a problem, and we don't have an all rounder. Before the prior to the auction, I that's why I wanted Shivam Dubey, because I think Shivam Dubey for 4.5 crore, whatever they paid for him, it was a bargain, because you can't get a batter of that standard that could give you 1 or 2 overs, from 9 to 13, which is a good time for you to play some of your partners and get some of your big. And today we see the same thing with Rajasthan, like no Bolt, with suddenly down to three bowlers, and
Yeah.
the two other bowlers, the two bowlers, Parag went for about 11 or 12 in 1 over, and Nisham went for about 29 or 30 in his 3 overs. So he's nearly got 10 and over, and you can't any team can't sustain that. So if had both played today, there would have probably been 160, 165, 170 score, and then you would fancy Rajasthan to get that through.
Yeah, perfect. So thank you, Atman, for joining. Atman's traveling, but he joined us for some time. Thank you for joining. Hope you
thank
have a
you.
good journey.
At
Then
Atman,
Thank you, sir.
keep the laddu warm, keep the laddu warm. We will be able to
Yes,
tell
sir.
you.
Yes, yes.
Atman, we
Thank
have to
you
make
for
sure that Paji doesn't have it.
every team, every team.
Yes.
Thank you. It was great with you.
yeah,
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
bye bye bye.
Bye.
There's another comment by Abhinav. Why not Ubid McCoy for Bolt and stick with the same combination? I guess Abhinav want to say that RR should have stick with the bowling lineup. I guess they increased the bowler this from Bolt, and they brought up Nisham. Sometimes Nisham is not a full-time bowler, and he also gets smashed for runs. So Paji, your thoughts on this? Ubid McCoy not getting
Yeah, why not get Ovid McCoy? Yeah, another left arm bowler, like replacement. But again, they went for the extra batter, and now we need an extra batter. So it's one of those things that you have to kind of look at and say, okay, let's see how it goes. If Nisham bats and sees us home in this game, then it's a good decision. If he doesn't, then you say, okay, the 24, 25 runs we're going to lose by. That is the problem, because we don't know how Ovid would perform in the IPL. We've never seen him. So again, he could be an Dean Smith, or he could be Mustafiz Ridwan, because I wanted Fizz at RR this year again. He was one of my picks. I thought that our death bowling was sorted with Fizz, and when it looked like we weren't going to get Archer, we should have gone for Fizz.
Yeah. So the right now the score is 85 for 4. Rajasthan Royals need 108 from 63, 9.3 overs. Hardik Pandya is bowling this, and probably I guess the Van der Dusen will play the anchor role, and Hetmyer should be hitting the ball conveniently without throwing away his wicket for this important win, because this any of this team wins, they'll be the table toppers after this match.
Yes, I agree, and I think we should not take the RR lineup lightly right now, because Hetmyer is in the very good form. In all the 4 games, he has gotten the opportunity. He has done his role perfectly. So we should not write them off. Van der Dusen is capable of playing that anchor role, as you mentioned, and Rian Parag has had an off tournament till now. So you never know. The one who has an off day for 4 5 games, they just come in and smash the ball like anything. So I think 2 overs of
Yes,
Rashid
yes,
Khan
yes.
will be very crucial. I think Hardik should save Rashid's 2 overs at least till 14th over, till 14 over, Rashid shouldn't be bowled, and maybe 15th or 17th over would be the one that Rashid can bowl. So even if Hetmeyer and Parag and Van der Dusen is hitting them well, Rashid can quickly turn the match on its head within an over.
We have to
Yeah.
remember that I think Rajasthan they conceded at least 45, 50 runs in the last 3 or 4 overs. So that's where the acceleration of Gujarat went, and the reason why they could do that because they had Tewatia on the bench and they had quite a lot of batting in the shed. If Rajasthan lose another 2 wickets, then you are basically into the tail, which is the main issue.
Where we have joined by Ankit. Ankit is a big fan of CSK and one of the main members of the Third Man Cricket Show. There's a comment by Josh Dhanuka. He's saying that Nisham can bat as well, and I think for the batting concern, they opted for Nisham. Yes, I guess in the last match, the batting depth is not that good for RR, and that's why they have added Nisham. So, Ankit, your thoughts on this?
Well, yeah, I think throughout the match, I think many decisions Rajasthan Royals took, I think, were surprising. Ashwin at three, and then the bowling combination. So, and the 11 they preferred for this match. So many things weren't, and I was personally surprised maybe because they could have batted first and looked to score some handy runs because in the absence of bold wickets early is what you need. So maybe there were quite decisions, but as I said, I think still 10 overs to go, and we have saw in Divya Patil last time CSK RCB match. They managed to
Mm.
get it to 193, and that's what today Rajasthan Royals need. So let's see, but 4 wickets have gone, so a bit the match seems to be in Gujarat's favor, but I think they still can bounce back with two middle order batters who are quite experienced at international level.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah,
important
yeah.
in this game for us to target the weak links of Gujarat. So it has to be Dial. We have to really hit him. And if they both Watia, that's one over where Rajasthan need to score at least 15, 14 to 16 runs of those 2 overs. Then suddenly it starts looking more of an even game. But again, as I said, I'd rather be in Gujarat's corner at the moment, knowing that we've got the 2 overs of Rashid to come, and then also that the tail of our tail of Rajasthan is quite there. So I'm thinking maybe 100 runs from. I would have taken 100 of 10 overs, but the boundaries have dried up and they are not hitting the boundaries now, which is that. So it will all depend. This game will all depend on the last 4 overs. We need to score at least say only score about 15 runs under what Gujarat scored. Then we might be in the game.
Well, Yash Dayal has come and it's 90 for 4 Rajasthan. They required around 103 runs. 10 and over, it's a bit achievable right now in T20s, but the way Gujarat is bowling, it's really well. And there's a direct hit from Hardik Pandya again. Hetmeyer was on the non-striker's end, but it seems like he's in. They are referring to the third umpire. It will be really interesting. Yes,
Yes.
Judge Dhanuka saying quick prediction for tonight's match. Kevin, you seems happy. You seem happy right now. Your thoughts?
Uh, yes, so quick prediction with winning team. I would predict, Josh. I would predict Gujarat Titans winning tonight. Four batsmen are back in the hut for RR, and with couple of overs left for Rashid, Rashid will really be the game changer tonight. I feel that's my prediction, and RR are losing this. That's all I can say.
Well, the decision has come. It's a not out. He was pretty much in Hetmeyer, so it's probably a dot ball. Paji, your thoughts? Can this
Yeah, I have to
twist and
agree with
turn?
Kevin. I have to agree with Kevin. I know I gave it large on the Van Dusra, but that was because it's that show. But to be honest with you, I'd rather be in Gujarat's shoes right now than ours because I think again it will all depend on what happens after the 15th, 16th over and how Hetmeyer plays. The game is all on Hetmeyer
And
or
here
Rashid.
we have a wicket. He have a wicket. Rasi Van der Dusen has been dismissed by Yash Dayal.
Oh my God.
Matthew Wade takes a catch behind, and it's the fifth wicket falling for
Yeah.
Rajasthan Royals. Kevin seems to be happy that the partnership, which was
Hmm.
about to get built, has been broken. Ankit, your thoughts on this?
I think it's a big wicket because Riyan Parag hasn't fired much. And the good thing to see is the way Hardik Pandya is reacting in panic situations as a captain. So that is something which has been really exciting. The way he's reacting as a captain. So that, and today he got that orange cap. So it's really good the way he's operating. But again, I think a lot of things now depend on how Hetmar plays. But I think Hetmar need contribution from other end as well. He alone can't score that 102 odd runs. So I think Riyan Parag, how he plays, because this is the match, I think he will get that sufficient time to settle in and then play the big shot. So it's a big match for Riyan Parag. But let's see how it happens with 10 overs to go.
Maybe it will be important for Nisham as well because
Yeah.
Nisham has been in this kind of situation for New Zealand
But maybe
as well.
they won't go considering two lefties. Maybe they won't
Yeah,
go. But that righty lefty combination may work for Rajasthan.
yeah. And there's another question from Josh Dhanuka. What's the reason for sending Ashwin one down? Again, we got the answer, but if you could just answer it again for Josh, that would be.
Yes, it was basically they wanted to seek out the power play with only losing one wicket, maybe sacrificing Ashwin, Ashwin to stay there till the seventh, and that would have given the batting in the shed. Had Rashid bowled the seventh, because that was the thing they wanted. But they thought Rashid would bowl the seventh, and he bowled the fourth. I think he bowled the fourth over, didn't he? So I think that was the whole reason why they kept him in the team. But yeah, it's looking a bit dark for us at the moment because I am I'm really worried now because if it's Parag coming in or if it's
It's
Nishi.
Riyan Parag who has come and just the first ball. It's been edged towards boundary. It was in the first slip, and so a cheeky shot by Riyan Parag, and we have Kevin back with us. He was, I guess, having some connectivity issue. So right now it's
Yeah,
94
I gave
5
some
with almost.
secret tips to Hardik.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. That's why you just went off.
Yeah,
But I guess today really Rajasthan Royals have missed Trent Bolt because the way Trent Bolt was bowling in the last match, we saw the two wickets how he took in the first over. KL Rahul, Krishnappa Gautam, the first ball he came that was round the wicket. Usually a bowler doesn't come round the wicket from the first ball itself of his spell, but he did that. That was a really great uh, ball from Trent Bolt
uh,
dismissing KL Rahul. Yeah, Kevin.
Omkar, I want to add here. So now I actually understood the reason why Jimmy Nisham came in for Trent Bolt, because Bolt said that it was Nisham's advice to go round the wicket and into the stumps for KL Rahul. So I think that is the reason he's playing tonight in place of Bolt.
Oh, yeah, it can be. It can be. There's 94 for 5 after 11 overs, and the run rate is slightly increasing for RR. I guess it's really after Butler. I guess almost Butler scored 60% runs. Like the score is now 94, and Butler was dismissed for 54 runs. That too, he scored off 24 balls. So you can see the how the other runs have been scored in 7 overs. They have scored hardly 40 runs and lost the other batsmen. So your thoughts on that, Ankit, especially.
Well, yeah, I think Josh Butler's role, especially if you look at the batting depth, they lack, and maybe batters like Ashwin, Riyan Parag is still in his building phase as a youngster, so he needs to work a lot of in his batting. And the way RR is using Ashwin as a batter, I think it's quite surprising because you want someone like Riyan Parag to give time. And even in that, scenario, I would like to ask Surinder sir regarding that. That maybe RR could have batted first regarding considering the fact they have won three matches. Of course, you want to check your batting unit when it comes to chases. But don't you think that three consecutive wins out of four, maybe they could have continued the momentum and look to bat first?
No, I don't think the batting first was an option. You definitely want to bat second and chase, and I think we are set up to chase. But again, it's just a question of when you are batting first against a good bowling team, I'd rather chase, but because you can get hit, and they did the right thing. Where they've not executed it is they're losing all the all the wickets in the power play again. You know, three down nearly just after the power play. You can't win games with a no tail, with virtually no tail, with such a long tail. It's difficult to do that. So as I said, tactically wise, they should have probably gone with Ovid McCoy, and that really messed up Kuldeep Sen because Hardik just went for Kuldeep Sen, and that was the reason why it's brilliant from Gujarat because they've targeted the right people, and now we've seen Dial just fallen over, which has gone left than in that over. So again, this is in the hands of Gujarat because what's happening now is they're not being able to get the boundaries. I can't remember the last boundary other than one that Riyan Parag hit, but he's now eaten up two balls, so it's made hardly any difference to this. So, and they've kept Lockie's one over. I think it's one over of Lockie or two overs of
Two,
Lockie. They got
two
two overs
overs.
of Rashid, and they
Oh,
got two overs of Shami at the death. So realistically, if the RR are losing the game here in this middle phase.
I guess Kevin, I've got some fans over here. There's Damien Fargos typing your name.
Yeah.
I guess seems like he's your
Hi,
friend
Damien.
probably.
Yes, he is. Hi,
Okay,
Damien.
okay. So yeah, Kevin, tell us, are you from Gujarat or it's because some particular player you're supporting Gujarat Titans?
No, actually, I'm from Mumbai, and I'm
Okay.
supporting Gujarat for the reason I'm a fan of Hardik Pandya and also
Oh,
Shubman Gill. And it's hard to be not a fan of Rashid Khan. I mean, everybody loves him. So
so I'm yeah,
when they
yeah, yeah.
announced their three retentions, that is when I decided that Gujarat is the team that I need to support this time.
I'm sure there may be a bit of MI connection with you as well in the past.
Yes, it is. It is. So when Gujarat plays MI, I won't be sure about whom to support. That will be a slightly dilemma for me because staying in Mumbai, I'm a Maharashtrian and I stay in Mumbai, so it's hard to not love Rohit Sharma and support MI as well.
Yeah.
yeah, it's that thing. We have a lot of people from Mumbai supporting other franchises because of the players which they had earlier. There is a comment from Amog. He's saying that RR needs a good partnership. Yes, definitely Hetmar will be the key tonight. And maybe if Riyan Parag could just anchor the innings and give slowly play steady, then it can happen. There's another comment from Harsh Shukla. Hari is asking the same question again. Why Ashwin played at number three? Hi Harsh. Hopefully we can say that probably it was a strategy from the from the Rajasthan team, like how they did in the last match against Lucknow, where Ashwin played really well. I guess he scored something around 28 of 18 16 balls, and that was very much contributed from him, considering the way the Rajasthan Royals had been dismissed. Butler getting out for something 12 15 runs, and Sanju getting out early, so that was a good thing. And today, I guess they tried to replicate the same, but it didn't work out. There's also Akshat has joined us. RR also have Nisham today. Yes, he's also a match winner.
What's he done
And
though? But what's he honestly done? And I watched him live in the Birmingham when he came to Edgbaston a couple of times. He's done absolutely nothing, and I just for me, I rather have Darren Mitchell, and Darren Mitchell you can then play at three or you can play at five, and he can bowl the one over or the two overs there. I think today they were forced to play Nisham, but they should have played Ovid McCoy for me and Rassi out and Darryl Mitchell in, and then suddenly you've got an extra over or two from another player. And Darryl Mitchell is very, very good at bowling at the death overs, and he has experience of bowling at the death as well. And I think Rassi will be out in the next game. I don't think you can hold him into the team. So I'd like to see Darryl Mitchell in the team, and obviously both comebacks for him. And then maybe if Parag fails in this one, take Parag out and try Yashashvi back in the team at 4 or 5 because I think opening for Yashashvi is probably a bit too much. Although Dave Dutt hasn't done well in the last two games either way, so they'll have to make a call on that one as well.
I guess the injury of Nathan Coulter-Nile has hit Rajasthan because they must try they tried Coulter-Nile and Bolt the combination in the first match, so that Coulter-Nile can play at number 8 and bowl his full 4 over quotas in the power play and in the middle overs along with the death, and can be handy with the bat, but because of his injury Now RR should soonly announce a backup for
We need David
Krishna.
Vista. David Vista. If we get David Vista, I think he'll be a very good
Yeah.
signing for us because then he will give us the smart bowling. At the moment, we don't have the smart bowling who somebody who can bowl the cutters, the slower balls, and also can hit a heavy ball with the bat. So I think someone like David Vista, who's very experienced at T20 cricket, uh, you know, um, I think that will be a key player for us. So let's see who they go for, but they definitely need a bowler who can bat equally 50-50 type of player. I call them more 50-50 type of players, who's good enough with the bat and good enough with the ball, but can bat number six, because I think that's where the problem is. We saw Parag today. Parag can't bowl more than 1 over or 2 overs because he concedes between 9 and 11 per over. And then we saw Yashashvi in the last game when we lost to RCB. He bowled the last one ball, and that ball went for six as well. So, it's a big problem for our makeup of our team. And today we will see whether it is when we see Nisham in. I hope I'm wrong with Nisham because,
Hmm.
but you never know. You never know in the IPL. So,
Well, there's a big, finally a boundary for Rajasthan Royals, and Hetmar has hit Shami for a six. Right now, Rajasthan is 110 for five, 12.2 overs, 83 required of 46, and I guess he has all damaged the digital advertising board on the boundary. Hetmar.
yes,
Seems
it's
like this
another
is
big,
uh,
Yeah, the
more easy
punch.
boundary for us now. And
yeah.
you talk about 83 of 8 overs,
46.
it's 10 and over. It's 2 overs where Rajasthan has to score at least 15 of 2 overs. That's 30 runs, and that's where you can get the match. Oh, wow.
And there is one more drama happening here. Shami bowls a short ball. Hetmar plays it, and almost Hardik Pandya drops the catch. It goes for a boundary straight down the ground. The
Wow.
power which Hetmar has, it's really, really amazing. Sometimes it feels sad for Hetmar that Delhi didn't utilize him because they had the combination of Nokia, Rabada, Stoinis, and I guess one more player they had. Probably sometimes they used to play with only three overseas. That was bad for Hetman. And whenever he
Yeah,
used
but
to come, he
he
used to.
played a lot in the last game, but again, he was batting too low. And Delhi
Hmm.
weren't scoring the runs in order to utilize him. Like today, he's come in and he's played really sensibly. And I think, even for the West Indies, he's been. The thing is, you look at him in light of Puran. Puran is, a player that is consistently failing, getting in the 0, 0, 0, 0, 1,
Yeah.
30, 40, 50. And then you see Hetmeyer, who's going up and up and up and up and up. And again, this team does suit him a bit more because now he knows that he can take it easy because obviously Nisham is there. And when Nisham is out, he should be on at least 35, 40 runs. And then he can take the thing. But like it's interesting now because obviously Krunal dropped Hetma in the last game, and they lost the game, and Lucknow lost the
Hmm.
game, and can Hardik drop him and lose the match? That's another one. Ooh, boom.
I hope it's
Well,
not
that
that way.
was.
Yeah, but
Well, that was
Omkar, I
actually.
want to
But yeah, 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 yeah. Go
I,
ahead.
I
Yeah,
want to
go
add
ahead.
over here. Yes, so as Sandy Paji said, that there was a lot of debate going on between Hetmeyer and Nicholas Puran. Nicholas Puran, it was called that he's such an extremely talented cricketer, but he hasn't been able to convert those talent into performances. But we see Hetmeyer last year also he did decently well for DC, and this year he's really turning it on over here. But as I say, I
Well,
And the
think
as
other thing is
Hetmar has been dismissed,
yes.
game
the
over.
ball hits the toe end of the bat, and now it's almost a match over for
Match
Rajasthan
is
Royals.
over.
I guess
Match
they
is over.
should go. They should go for to maintain at least the net run rate because it's 70 runs required in 70 75 runs required in 40 balls. That's where the
Hmm.
maintenance of net run rate comes in. I'll just take your guys' leave for a while, and I would like to Ankit to take over the
Yeah,
proceedings. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, Amog.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Omkar.
guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Kevin, you seem to be happy with the jinx you made now. You
Yes,
were talking
I'm
about
extremely
Hetman for a
happy.
while.
Yes, and I think now Gujarat should go for the kill. They should bowl Rashid Khan from the other end and try to snap up the wickets as early as possible and wrap this up, which will really boost their net run rate.
Well, yeah, sir. And what can we expect from Riyan Parag now? Maybe still 7 years to 7 overs to go for them, and Nisham and Riyan Parag still a batting combination. Maybe the last
No, no,
recognized partnership.
it's over.
What can
It's
we
over.
expect?
The game's over now. That was the game there. He needed to stay for another 3 overs, and
Yeah.
yeah, the game's over now. So Kevin, you can party sharty, eat your laddu today. It's gonna
Yes,
happen.
But sir,
for
what do you
sure.
think of Riyan Parag? Because I think there are a lot of expectations, not because of the price tag, but he's been part of the core for 3 years. So in the upcoming times, if he fails today, what seems to be the future of Riyan Parag? Will he be backed, or maybe there may be a
He will be
change in
back.
the
You know, he's got the
combination?
biggest social media following for young cricketers, and that's what the management seem to love and enjoy, and that's the reason
Yeah.
why he's been picked. You know, as I said, I went for Shivam Dube in the auction because I think Shivam Dube was the main guy. It's one of those when it's unfortunately that you know, he will get found out. He will eventually get found out, and it will cost Rajasthan a bit of a few games because what they need to do, they need to look at him and Yashashvi and say Yashashvi can is a better batter and he's as good as a bowler. So you know that's the straight choice. They went for Yashashvi. They went for Yashashvi in the auction, and now it looks like the still Rian will always get the pick over him, and it's a tough decision because you know you want to give these young players a chance, but the guy's played 35, 36 games. His highest scores, he's only got 30 twice, and he's only taken 3 wickets. Oh, 4 wickets now because he took one today
Yeah.
in those 34 games. So would he get into any other team in the auction? Who else would go? Where would he go? You know, that's the thing, and he wouldn't be in the first team for any of the other teams. So it's a sad thing, but we want him to do well. That's one thing we want him to do well.
Yeah, so let's see. And yeah, after 13 overs, so the score is 117 for 6. There's a timeout which has been taken. Yes, Yape Ronak is saying when Trent Bolt comes in, Jiminisham should stay. Rasi goes out. Karun Nair comes in. I guess he's saying for Riyan Parag, if I'm not wrong. Ronak sir just mentioned it. Kevin, all's going right, but Matthew Wade's form, a bit concerned, 5 games.
Yes, it's a bit unfortunate that he was run out today. Like he hit three boundaries in the first over, and it seemed like maybe today is the day he'll get back his confidence. But unfortunately, when things don't go your way, like it is said, like if you're in bad form, all the absolute seeds will be bowled at you. Even if you drive it well, it will go straight into the hands of the fielder. I think it's just one of those days, and that bad phase is going on for Matthew Wade. So let's see. I'm not sure whether Gujarat will give some more chances to Wade because it's already
I
five
think they
games.
will, Kevin. I think they'll give him a chances because he seems to be helping Hardik with the captaincy as well. So you know he seems to be very vocal, and I think with a young captain you need somebody with international experience behind the stumps because we know the wicket
True.
keeper is just not more than catching the ball and batting. He's also directing and helping the team. So I think that's one of the big calls that. You know, Gujarat will make. Personally, I say I'd keep him. You know, you've done three out of four games you've won. It looks like you're going to win
Yeah,
the four
that's
out of five. You know, it's one of those that why change that? And hope he gets into some kind of form with the bat. But again, you've got an international player who can help your captain behind the stumps. And I know I'm go for young players, but I still prefer a lot of experience behind the stumps to lead the team.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's what we
true
can.
because
Uh,
Wade has played for a
yeah.
long time for Australia, and in the Big Bash, he has really done well for his franchise. So his experience will help us a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, had you had
Mm.
an experienced captain who's probably fielding more at mid off, then maybe yeah, you could say okay, you could do have a younger player. But again, today you know Manor played really well, so it's really getting one more good batsman instead of Shankar, and then I think your team looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean the batting combination of Gujarat has been good, and bowling seems to be very placed. Ferguson, Rashid Khan. Sandy sir, there's the comment he's saying in place of Riyan Parag, Karunar. Maybe not a bad option because he's been playing IPL 7-8 season. Maybe not consistently, but he has been part of. He was captain of Delhi Capitals. So does that to move can be right if Karunar is bring in for Riyan Parag?
Yeah, it's an option, but Karun Nayar's form doesn't warrant him playing in the team either. That's the problem, isn't it? So if Karun Nair had been playing well for another franchise, consistently well, then you'd probably think, yeah, why not give him a chance? But I can't remember a decent innings he's made for a while, so it's going to be a difficult choice for them. I rather have Yashashvi because last year Yashashvi performed. He was in the 30s, 40s quite consistently, and that's what they need now. But I think he's too nervous to be the opener. I think that's the problem with Yashashvi. Maybe put him in this position where he can either hit in the depth or play an older bowler when the ball is being
Yeah.
is softer and it's easier to hit. So I think that's probably a better shout for me. Is probably play Yashashvi at 4 or 5, and then obviously trying to get one over of him with the ball instead of Rian. But we'll see what Rian does today. I'm not expecting anything from them now. So yeah.
Okay, so let's see what can Riyan Parag do a miracle out of it, And Kevin, coming to you, Hardik Pandya's form, has been a turning out to be a season we were waiting after the two successive bad years. So, what totally, according to you, has changed for Hardik? Is it the new management, the new position is his batting, or is the captaincy role which is giving him that responsibility and is taking care of that responsibility properly in all the three departments? What seems to be working according to you?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. He was out. He had taken a break since the last T20 World Cup in Dubai. He did not play any international. Even he did not play the Vijay Hazare Trophy or the sorry, Mushtaq Ali or the Ranji Trophy as well.
Yeah.
He was completely out from the game. He was training in silence, but he was working hard and he worked on his fitness. He said that he is keeping T20 World Cup in sight, and that is how he was training. So being fully fit, 110% fit, 100% fit, Hardik Pandya is capable of doing wonderful things. And I think it is just a result of that hard work that he has put in. And if he is fit, then he has that skill, he has that talent to perform. So we are just
Yes.
saying that.
Yes, I mean, fingers crossed, World Cup coming in 4 to 5 months. Yes, and yeah, Shivani is saying Gujarat Titans, maybe she's a big fan of Gujarat, the way they have been playing. And coming to you, sir, Sanju Samson's, captaincy has been impressive. But in the upcoming times, irrespective of today's result, I think RR is still in a better position, even if they lose today. What can we expect? Any technical changes or just minor changes to go with the squad?
Really minor changes. I think Sanju is doing a good job. However, he's hamstrung. Today he was very hamstrung with two non-bowlers. Kuldeep Sen is good as a fifth bowler. He's not good as a fourth bowler. And
Yeah.
again, he was unlucky with the run out. So that's the thing, yeah. And Ronak has had a good for FC season this season in February. But I don't say FC season. I say in the IPL. There's other competitions, but they're not the IPL. They're not the standard of the IPL. And that's what I'm saying. If you've got the form coming in, then that would give me a bit more confidence. Yes, give him an opportunity. If Ryan fails today, maybe give him a chance. But I see the management sticking to Ryan Parag.
So okay, hopefully this they believe in that old squad and the 11, the combination they have been playing. Ronak is saying Karuna had a good first class season this season in February. So let's see if he gets chances in the upcoming games. But as of now, the score is 125 for 6, 14.2. So around 34 balls. The equation is 68. Kevin, still any nervousness because it is chaseable now. It's something which we have adopted. 200 ho jayega. That sort of thing. So what can still a bit of nervousness, or you are confident that Gujarat
He's
will win?
confident. He's confident. Look at his smile. He's smiling like a
Yeah.
turkey cat.
Yes, I am confident, but I feel like if one person who can win this game from RR, from your year on is Jimmy Neesham. Like if he can have a 25 run over from some of the bowlers he can squeeze in, then you never know. But so
Yeah.
Jimmy Neesham's wicket would be very crucial here for Gujarat, and if we can get him in the next couple of overs, then game done and dusted there and there itself.
Surinder sir, coming to you, Jimmy Nisham, it reminds me of his semi-final innings against England. That calmness towards the end. Expecting something like that today?
No, no, no. I'm not. I'm giving up on this one. I just don't see him doing it. There's one over left of Rashid, and then it would be that Manor. It will be Diaz over, which will do it.
Yeah, just there.
I I think that will be the key over. They need to get at least 20-25 off that over. And again, this is where they've lost the match. They lost the match in the last 3 overs in their bowling. Prasid, they got whacked. Kuldeep got whacked, and that was it. And the 12 that he Ryan in 1 over conceded, and the 29-30 runs that Jimmy conceded. That's where the match was won and lost. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Let's hope. I mean, if he can do that miracle, what he did in the semi-final
yeah.
in last year.
But they're
But
not getting
Kevin,
boundaries. That's the problem. They're not getting the boundaries. And look, they're just bowling
hmm,
really. The bowling has been
yeah,
pretty good. But the good thing is Shami's out of the attack now, so that's one good thing for them. That's one probably more experienced bowler.
yeah.
It depends how they deal with Lockie. And again, this story was about run out of Sanju. I think that was one of the crucial moments of this game.
Yeah, Kevin, coming to you. It's been now more than 2 weeks of IPL. So, what do you make of the throughout the things have been happening? How the tournament has progressed? The 10 teams, the quite surprising things. The two teams who are at the bottom of the table. So, what surprises you, and what can we expect in the upcoming weeks of this whole tournament?
Yeah, firstly, when I got to know that the tournament is going to happen or the whole tournament is happening in Mumbai, I was very, very excited for it. And I still remember having conversation with my friends like 1 week before the tournament about the analysis of different teams, about talking about each and every player and building up to that excitement. And when the tournament actually started, daily after work, the one thing that I'm looking forward to is the IPL. Like when the clock strikes 7 a.m. and the coin is tossed up, I'm really excited. From evenings to like midnight, my time is sorted, and I really enjoy it. And talking about the games, I think we have seen some good quality cricket played by all the teams. The pitches have been good, and I think we should give credit to the pitch curators as well, because considering the lot of games happening at the same grounds, only the three grounds used in Mumbai and just one in Pune, only four grounds for the whole tournament. I think the curators are doing a fine job to give good sporting pitches. There is a even contest between bat and ball, and the teams are doing well, and a lot of youngsters, especially as you mentioned, Ayush Padoni, Yash Dayal today, and then Kuldeep Sen, and a lot of other exciting talents. Jitesh Sharma yesterday did extremely well. So it's heartening to see the youngsters perform, and it's a tournament that we all love, and I hope the next month or so will be equally enjoyable for all of us.
Yeah, we hope for an entertaining season ahead. And Satvik is saying six paparak. So now the equation is getting better. Surendra sir, happy with the message which has been displayed as of now. Six paparak. That will give him a lot of views. So any hopes
Lord
from your
Bura ki
side?
jai, Lord Bura ki jai, Lord Bura ki jai, Jai Lord Bura. Come on, Lord Bura. Come on, do it. Do it. I'll be
Yeah,
a full believer if you do this game. If you do this game, I will pray for you for the rest of my life. Even when you leave Rajasthan Royals, I will pray for you for the rest of your life. It would only be Lord Bura ki jai. Let's see,
yes.
let's see, let's see, let's see.
And now the equation is 57 runs,
He'll get out
29
now because
balls.
last time he hit a six, and he got out the last. He got out the next ball. So maybe that will
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, hopefully not. But Surendra sir, what do you make of the tournament? 15 more than 15 days and how the tournament progresses. What do
Oh,
you
it's
make
been
of
brilliant.
all
I've
of
watched
this
every single
event?
game. I've watched every single game, and I'm a big football fan. And my team is Arsenal, and I've even missed football to watch the IPL, and Yes, it's good for me because I love doing the media stuff. So, a chance to come on your show with guys who I've not connected with before. And that's why I'm wearing this shirt, as you see. I'm wearing the TV9 shirt because obviously the BU dance. I want to do the BU dance after we win or some bangara. So it will all depend what happens in the game. But yeah, it's been a really good IPL, and I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. I'm loving seeing a lot of these new players coming up. Indian cricket is in a very healthy position, and
Yeah.
with India coming to Birmingham for the fifth test, and also the T20 game. I'll be at both games, so I can't wait to go and see and connect with some of the Indian fans at the ground, and maybe some of the players too. So we'll try to organize something, and yeah, it's been brilliant. And again, seeing someone like Livingston play. Playing for Punjab, and Bairstow playing for Punjab, and Butler playing for Rajasthan is still a big thing in the UK, the IPL. And I've been watching the IPL passionately for 15 years, and yeah, it's good, it's good, it's good. We have fun and banter, but at the end of the day, anything that is good for Indian cricket, which the IPL is good for Indian cricket. It's one of those things that you are happy to see these players grow into the stars of tomorrow, and that's what it's all about. It's all about
Yeah.
enhancing the game of cricket, on the level where we see the best foreign players, the best young established Indian players, and this new breed of Indian players that come to the next level. So I think the IPL always does that. It just comes so quickly now. So next year, maybe I'll be in India and I'll watch the games live. That will be amazing thing that I will love to do.
So seems to be, sorted, and with all the plans is coming in the couple of months. But Ronak is making an interesting point here. Last week we had 4 matches at DY Patil in 5 days, and this week 4 consecutive matches on Brabant. This will take the juice of the pitches real soon. UAE in India will arrive sooner. Kevin, coming to you, we saw at Sharjah last year. So we don't want that to happen. So what are you making? Are there any threats, for the tournament, for the teams who will struggle in the upcoming times?
Yes, see, like I feel like lot of matches. I think 70 games happening in just four grounds. So that towards the end of the season, the pitches will tend to become a lot slower. But I hope it's not the case as it was in Dubai last year. I mean, the last year, like there were memes surfacing when Australia won. Like the memes were surfacing like, Aaron Finch, what did you do? What's your contribution in the World Cup? And he's saying, bro, I won the toss each and every game, and that literally decided the match. So I hope that's not the case. The pitches would be good sporting wickets, and it won't they would turn into a slow pitches, and that is an expected, but they should be good enough, and we should see some quality cricket being played.
Oh, Parag is out.
We're checking for a no ball. No, he's gone.
It's not a no ball. It's actually below waist. So I guess it's all done and dusted for Rajasthan. I guess they were playing for the an net run rate. There's an
Nah, nah, nah,
interesting
nah,
prediction.
that was a legitimate ball, and he got out to exactly the same shot in the last game.
There's one interesting prediction. I guess bold prediction. RR will win the match tonight against Gujarat Titans by 4 wickets. Yusuf, already they have lost 7 wickets, so it, a bit.
They
It's
can
not
win by
happening,
3.
and I called it from the 10th over that as soon as the wicket of Sanju had come, I couldn't see us winning this game because we conceded 25 runs too much, and that was the bowler. The fifth bowler cost us the game.
Yes, I guess the bowling lineup, pace bowling lineup is completely dependent on Prasidh Krishna and I
And
guess
yeah, and Kuldeep Sen, and that was the
yeah.
reason why it's not just the personnel that they change it; it's the time they bowl, and that's the big thing. You need both at least to bowl one of the death overs, and you also need him to bowl at least one or two of the power play overs. You've got to do that, and even with Prasid, he needs to really bowl 2 or 3 overs in the power play because he can get hit at the end.
Yeah, so there's a comment here from Satwik Bagaria. He's saying that Like without Harshal, RCB bowling got exposed against CSK, and without Bolt, RR gave a lot many runs. It's almost the bowling got exposed. So, what are your thoughts? I'll start with Kevin first.
Yes, I think RCB missed Harshal Patel very badly yesterday, and I think so. When we are having someone like Akashdeep or newer faces who are having off days, so that is when the importance of your big players really comes into the picture, because the big players, they can come around these newer faces, and they can put their shoulder and give some advice to them. So I think Harshal Patel's death bowling is something that RCB missed dearly yesterday, and the same goes with Trent Bolt today. Trent Bolt's ability to strike early, swing the ball, and like he did against Lucknow. So I think RR missed that Trent Bolt also.
And there's a
Yeah.
boundary hit by Nisham right now. RR score is 100 and 140, 144, 49 required of 19, and this is the last ball of Rashid Khan's spell. So it's getting closer. Like Jimmy Nation is fighting for the net run rate, even if they can't win the match, but he's literally doing it. There's another comment from Yusuf Paris. He's saying that Jimmy Nation, the hitter, is there. I still believe Jimmy Nisham will give the winning Rajasthan Royals tonight against Gujarat. And pretty bold prediction by Yusuf because he's backing RR. Paji, your thoughts?
Yusuf, do some Ryan for our Puja. Ryan, the load has gone. We're not going to win this game. I'm the most optimistic fan. We're not going to win this game. It's not going to happen. So yeah, go to sleep now. The Mumbai fans were leaving with the over to go yesterday. They will do the same today. The RR
Yeah.
fans should leave the stadium now. Beat the traffic. Go home. Have some vada pav in Mumbai, and wake up to the wait to the next game. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
Kevin will be smiling and he go, Havade, Havade,
Yes.
Havade.
Awade is winning tonight.
But
Yes.
I
Three
think
overs, 48.
couple of days
Yeah.
ago, I think we saw Stoinis doing it. He tried to took the game closer. Something if somehow manages, if Jimmy Nisham manages that, I think still RR fans can be happy. That margin of 10-15 is not that bad in a T20 game when you're chasing 193. So hopefully he will look to close the margin as much as he can.
Yeah, yeah. The reason being they gave 25 runs away. So losing by 15, you know where you've lost the game. I think that's the key. The key in this
Yeah.
game is you know why you've lost the game. And we lost the game because we didn't have the fifth bowler. So we gave Gujarat the best opportunity to win this game, and that was by not having Bolt. And Bolt is fundamental to our attack. And without him, it's not there.
Yes, Satvik is giving us an update. Hardik can do the attack. 18th over. Hardik as a bowler has been really good. Kevin, everything's
Yes.
favoring
And
Hardik. What do you make of it?
Hardik, now today Hardik has taken the tough role of bowling the 18th and 20th over, but I don't think it should be an issue because Jimmy Nisham is the only recognized batter out there. So if Hardik can get Nisham, and I think that's gone straight up. Let's see if someone can catch it, and he takes it. I think Hardik has sealed the game over here as we talk. Nisham's
So
gone.
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
the 8th wicket and
So
the final wicket of RR's batting lineup. Uh, so it now we truly can say it's all over and done and
It's all
dusted.
over. This game was over by the 12th over. Soon as Hetmeyer was out,
Yeah.
and I knew Nisham wasn't going to do it. He just hasn't got it in him anymore. He's just picking up the checks. If he was good, why didn't any other team bid for him? We got him in the last minute of the auction because nobody else wanted him, and that's the problem. These players are thing, and man of the match was Kung Fu Panda because he smacked us today in it. So one player, this is the difference with the IPL. One good performance, that fundamental throw in, yeah. That then the 87 that they did, chanceless 87, because I don't think there was a chance. There was a chance there, and no, he's just taken a wicket now off his own bowling. So it's been
Yes, I
a
mean,
complete
hope.
performance, all-round performance in the field with the bat, with the ball by one player, and that is Hardik Pandya. Yeah.
I think a all-round performance of Gujarat today. The way they batted. Of course, there were moments where RR looked to bounce back, but I think it seems to be a really good dominating game from uh, Gujarat Titans. If
Not
you
really.
you see,
I say I disagree with you. If you think about it, they lost the first three wickets quite quickly. Yeah. Then they had the very good partnership. And then they had the David Miller, who's never performed in the IPL for 2 to 3 seasons. He turns up to the party because the bowling was so bad. Yeah, the bowling was so bad. And then in the field and the batting, we were 10 and over. And we just, some brilliant runouts and he's gone off. A couple of brilliant runouts and what's his name again? Dial got banged, and two stupid shots, and he took the
yeah,
wickets with those stupid shots. So I won't go as far as dominating. I would say that the problem with RR is that we are too reliant on our first team player, and I always thought this would be the problem because should they get injuries or should they get something going wrong? Say if
yeah,
someone like Prasidh Krishna got injured, Navdeep Saini again is a 40, 10 and over type of bowler. So that is the problem there. Jahal or Ashwin get injured. Who they got? Casey Karippa. Casey Karippa has never played a game. So
yeah,
that's the difference between their first 11 and their bench
yeah.
11. The difference is too much.
Yeah, I mean that's a margin RR won't like to try to expose this because we as you mentioned the secondary 11 the replacements aren't up to the level what they have. Yeah, Shardul Thakur is saying now only Chahar can save RR. Maybe Shardul was batting, we could have said that, but Chahar maybe just couple of straight drives. Surendra sir coming from Chahar.
Yeah, Chahal, get Dinashri to do a new TikTok dance. I think that's the main thing. He should worry about that with the Bihu that Dinashri did with Lord Parag. Jodi made in heaven. Maybe Chahal should do that, but he had a bad day with the ball today. That's probably
Yeah,
one of the worst overs he's bowled, and that is the big key. Ashwin is started conceding a few runs, and Chahal concedes a run, and then you've got two bowlers that are conceding runs. It is like the Russian ruble is falling. There's holes everywhere, and we've had
yeah.
a lot of holes today. And Gujarat have just been the right team, the right place to take
Yeah.
benefit of that.
Yes, and yeah, direct it is saying mentioning Gujarat top of the table. Yes, surely if they win, fourth win for them, that's really good for them. Initially getting off to a really good start. But Kevin, coming to you, next game against Chennai Super Kings. Of course, they have managed the one win, but what do you make? What will be the strategies coming ahead in the upcoming times for Gujarat Titans?
I think CSK they have won. They might have won just one game and lost four, but you write CSK off at your own peril because the way Uthappa and Dubey played, it's scary. I mean, even after losing four games, they played with that freedom and they were striking the ball really well. And I think Mahesh Theekshana's addition is a
Yeah,
really good one for CSK because he's that kind of mystery bowler, and we have seen him even when Sri Lanka played in Australia like a couple of months ago. He was amongst the wickets in the power play, so it's a good addition for CSK from CSK's point of view. Now talking about us facing CSK, I think it should be an interesting battle. I think CSK's bowling lineup isn't that good. They are missing Deepak Chahar very badly, and Deepak Chahar is also ruled out of the whole tournament, right? That's what I heard.
yeah,
Okay, so they
yes,
might
yes,
search for a
Yeah, and they
replacement.
got the two teams, Mumbai and Chennai. They got caught out because of the no Jofra meant that Daniel Sams is your premier bowler, which is it's like me saying that coming from a millionaire to living in a slum. That's the difference between those two that level. And then Deepak Chahar, Mukesh Chaudhary or something like that is one of their bowlers. The difference is too much. The difference is too much, and I think that is the big issue. I think the only mistake Gujarat made today was to pick Vijay Shankar. That was the only mistake that they did. Other than that, it's been a very good thing, and I'm quite lucky because Solanki is a neighbor of ours. So well, next time my nephew plays their team, hopefully we'll beat them. We beat them last time, so we'll beat them again, and I'll get revenge. I will get the revenge for this game through my nephew.
And obviously, the way Gujarat has been playing, I mean, they seem to be a really dangerous team. But sir, coming to you, next game against KKR, KKR
Oh
is
yeah, it's a
there. They
big one.
have done good, but
It's a 4 pointer. Now this is where the IPO gets excited.
yeah,
Today was a 4 pointer. It was a 4 pointer and Gujarat one. And if we lose against KKR, then suddenly, the confidence of the group comes in and, we got to win that game. We won the toss today, which we wanted to do, and we wanted to bat second, and we fell short. And we fell short because of the bowling. Had this been on par with both playing, I think Gujarat would have made 175. And, we would
yeah,
be still in the game, with 2 overs to go, 25 of 12. Maybe if
yeah.
we lost one wicket too quickly, it would have been an issue. But yeah, as I say, it's one of those things that we have to come and learn, and we've got to fill this fifth bowler problem. It's been a problem, and today I say Parag, although got 18, he's not good enough as your finisher, and we should have put Parag at 3 or 2. Why didn't they just put Parag at when we were one down, and then he could have played his safe, seen us through the power play, and then tried some adventurous shots. So I'm not quite sure tactically we got it right today. But again, Gujarat, the best team won. They defended, they lost the toss, and they won the game. And only we've been really good at that in the last four games.
Yes, I mean, hopefully fortune changes for Rajasthan in the upcoming times. But Kevin, coming to you, just I had to just before that, I ask you a question. The equation seems to be 41 runs, 7 balls, so 7 sixes is definitely not possible for tailenders. But coming to you, what do you make of the thing that when the pitches get slow, which teams will be impactful and which teams will be a threat for themselves? Let's consider now Gujarat seems to be a good team with the ball. So apart from Gujarat, which teams do you think will make the most of the impact as the pitches get slow?
I think as the pitches get slow, the slower bowlers, especially the spinners and the bowlers who have variations, will come into the picture. So we have someone like Rashid Khan who will be more effective when the as the tournament progresses on. Then I think a lot of bowlers like Harshal Patel and the bowlers who adapt and they roll their fingers over and try and perform various variations. I think those are the bowlers who will be more successful as the tournament goes ahead.
Yeah, I think a team like Punjab Kings, Delhi Capitals, and Chennai, they will be in a very very good position on the older wickets. Somewhere like Mumbai will really struggle because they even
Yeah.
Murgi as we call him, he's
Murugappa.
not good enough. He's not good enough as a first line spinner. And if you're relying him on a slow wicket, that's going to be a problem for Rajasthan. It's going to be a massive problem because although we have KC Karippa,
Yeah.
the problem is the other two. So you need to get some at least a 12 overs of spin through, and that means three frontline spinners. So if you think of Delhi, they'll have Yadav, they'll have Kuldeep, and then they will
Yeah.
also have
Akshar.
Bapu. So they will have
Akshar.
12 overs of spin, which will put them in the game. So when it gets later, that's why I say I wanted Rajasthan to get to at least 12 points as quick as
Okay.
possible, and then they could do two games out of that, and then 15 to 17 points. I think you then secure the playoff place, and if you finish in the top two, then you go to the final. And if the semi-finals and the final is played in Ahmedabad and Kolkata, that will be interesting as well.
Yeah. Hopefully, Yusuf is saying CSK be safe for Sunday match against Gujarat. If you lose, don't worry. Take wickets for Gujarat Titans, so CS can beat Gujarat Titans. So it seems to be more of sarcasm, but as of now, the equation is 38 runs, 4 balls, so it's totally done and dusted.
Yeah.
For Rajasthan Royals today, what a win! I mean, Kevin, a margin. Maybe we were expecting 15-20, but 30 runs margin. You know how it helps as the tournament
It's
progresses on.
basically a 20-run margin because obviously we gifted them all the runs in it. So anyway, guys, I've got a dash. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, yeah,
First time on the show, and I've really enjoyed
yeah.
myself. This is the real Sandy. This is not the Sandy you see on other channels that gives it large and stuff. This is the proper cricketing Sandy with my cricketing knowledge, and it's been great to share it with you guys. Kevin, congratulations. I'll have the
Thank you.
laddu ready for you when I next come to Mumbai. But enjoy your
Sure.
one up off, and definitely congratulations to Gujarat. I am enjoying Gujarat. I am enjoying Lucknow because it's adding some new mirch masala to our IPL and then making the IPL better. And yes, congratulations. Yeah, we'll see you next time, and definitely RL will win that game.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to
Okay.
have you on the uh
Cheers, buddy. Thank
our
you.
show. Yeah, yeah,
Take care,
Thank
guys.
you.
Kevin. Yeah,
Likewise for me as well. It was it was my first time on this show, and I thoroughly enjoyed speaking and giving my thoughts.
yeah, yeah. It was really nice to have you both on the show. And Kevin, just last word on the match. How does it feel? The fourth win for Gujarat Titans.
Yes, very happy, and starting the tournament well is really important because teams can lose momentum, and if you lose two or three or four games on the bounce, suddenly you have that pressure on your mind.
Yeah,
So I think accumulating as many points as possible in a short span of time is very crucial in
yeah,
your first 7 to 8 games. If you win five or six, then nothing like it. You have your one leg in the qualifiers in the playoffs. So I think it's good
yeah.
for us. It's going and has Dal taken his fourth? No, but
Yes,
that's it.
yeah, I
Okay.
mean already 155 for 9, 20
Yeah.
overs the game has finished. Gujarat has won by 37 runs. A big win for them, and especially the
Yes.
way they have been operating with the ball. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Kim, say
It
something.
will boost our net run rate as well, and going to the, I think we'll be on the top of the table today, and I hope
Yeah,
it stays that way. We have been performing well, the team is bonding well together. Skipper Hardik Pandya is
yeah,
doing extremely well. I'm really pleased to see him perform, and looking forward
yeah,
to another good game next time.
yeah. Yeah, it was really great. So yes, for today, this is what we all had for the show, and it was really nice catching to you, Kevin and Surendra sir. Then we had Omkar, and even in the comment sections, Yusuf, Hardik, and all you guys were really great. Ronak sir as well in the comments show. And guys, do check out the champion the hunt, which is a really good website. You can have a lot of content, cricketing content, just like so you need to do is just check out. All you need to do is react on the post. You can have a lot of exciting offers, deals, vouchers. So it's a really good one. Yes, it's Yusuf Bhai and Kevin. Thanks really for coming on the show. It was really nice to catching up with you and having some chat about cricket. So yes, for today
Likewise,
this is for
thanks for
yes,
having me.
yes, yes.
Cheers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So and we will be coming tomorrow at the same time, 10 p.m. for the another watch along for another exciting game. So guys, do stay tuned. But for today, that's what all we had.